Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm just on my way out. Yeah, okay, bye. Hi. Oh. Oh my God. Oh. I can't believe it. I'll quickly sew them up, then I'll go. What are you doing? so I better go now. Bye. Hello? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay, bye.
People of the United Kingdom, I am loving sheep! There's no room for shepherds in motor racing. The top speed of a sheep is only 6 crappy miles per hour. Next up, Sean Cullen masquerades as a vicar and takes a comic bite out of the world of Christian computer games. Station to the finish.
Starring Chip Willis as Reverend Loretti, Gene Jackson as Reverend Kincansky, and Flanagan O'Doyle as Bishop O'Brien.
I'm telling you, Kachansky, I'm getting too old for this shit. The chief's gonna chew our asses up for sure this time. I'm thinking about handing this in.
We both know that you're too good a clergyman to give it up, Peretti. Besides, the Peterborough Diocese couldn't cope without you. And I know I sure as hell couldn't.
Cut it out! The last thing I need this morning is you two clowns horsing around.
What's up, Bishop?
Bad morning?
You don't know the half of it. I get a motherfucking phone call at 5 this morning telling me some slates blown off the roof in St. Andrews in Norwich last night.
Shit!
Goddamn!
And I want to word with you two about what happened in Middlehampton.
What do you mean, Bishop?
Yeah, you won't catch those kids pissing on the war memorial again.
I had 16 angry phone calls from parents complaining about cross-shaped welts on their kids' bodies. The Archbishop hauled me into his office and crucified me. I'm sick of your unorthodox methods, yet I can't afford to lose you. You gotta not let this rule this.
Hearing you loud and clear, Bishop O'Brien. So shoot, what you got for us today?
Take a look at this guy. You recognize him?
He looks kind of familiar. Who is he?
Goes by the name of Jimmy the Weasel, the vicar over in Leamington Spa. Or at least he was.
What do you mean?
The Archbishop thinks he may have lost the faith.
Jesus Christ!
What if the Archbishop heard you talking like that? Have you forgotten everything you learned in seminary?
Well, you can tell the Archbishop he can
I
take a...
don't want to hear it! I want you two monkey asses in Leamington Spa by 1400 hours, and I don't want a repeat of what happened last time. It took me 2 weeks to remove that candlestick from the parson's ass.
Well, when the people of a parish are prepared to do that to their own vicar, you gotta ask yourself, what kind of a sick, fucked up world do we live in?
Sometimes, Konchansky, I just don't know.
sheep play to some experimental animation.
She was coming along a crowded street towards me, and I was waiting for her, and I had spotted her a long time before she had spotted me. And as she was approaching me, I was watching her face, and she got this incredibly hunted expression on her face, and she was looking furtively from face to face to face to face, looking to see what they were thinking of her, and I could see it happening, and I wanted to run away, actually. I didn't really want her to then come to me.
My mum brought in people into our household that were way over the rails. You kind of accepted anyone that came into the house who would never have crossed the threshold in friends of mine's houses. And so I grew up thinking that a lot of things were just normal.
My father believed that the Soviet army was spying on him. He had a collection of postcards with the faces of army leaders, and he started to manipulate these postcards. He cut their eyes out, just a portrait without eyes. Next day on the news we heard that one of these captains had died, so it was quite strange.
She said, you know, if you have a shit, you're part of the system. You know, if you have a shit down the toilet, you know. So it's like, you know, it's too much.
On one hand, I saw that my father really has this power, and I also, part of the situation, I have to develop my own power in killing enemies or whatever to protect myself. So I decided if I look at my grandmother, very strict and with a lot of anger, that she will die. And but obviously she didn't die, but she became quite frustrated. So I understand that it's good. So we had a very bad relationship.
Yes. What animals go?
Yes, that's right, absolutely. Now listen, I'm talking to Uncle Ted, so just be quiet for a moment. Anyway, so I was telling you, you know, and I thought it was absolutely dreadful what had happened, because you see, the car was about 14 years old, and they said that if they had taken it to the garage, it would have to be reworked, and all the spark plugs would be replaced. And I told them that it really wasn't wanted.
Take it from me.
Oh, Lord.
Yes, you are. God said you're trying to bump me off. Please stop her. She's trying to get off.
Calm down. No, calm down. Calm.
Leave me alone.
For goodness sake. Nobody is trying to kill you.
Please, darling,
Nobody
she's going to kill me.
Calm down.
They
Come
don't
on.
understand.
Just come and
She's
sit
going
down
to
with
take
the rest
my
of
life.
us.
She's going to take me away from
normally.
it. Leave me alone.
For goodness sake.
Please, leave me alone.
I went through a period of doubting my own sanity, and that I was going exactly the same way as her, which was extremely frightening for me. I was suddenly hit with this dreadful panic that they were all going to end up hating me, and I was going to sort of slowly spiral down and deteriorate, just as my mother had done.
First, I was afraid. First of all, I remember, and I tried to understand, or I tried to be a part of the story, but it became more weird and weird, and I cannot cope with it. I thought I really wants to know what's going on, because we were very good friends before.
You know, the person's had this really bad time, but they're kind of oblivious to the actual events. They're sort of, like you say, they're being nurtured back into the sort of happening world, and you're sort of just drifting further away from it because you've soaked it up like a sponge. You've done all you can to sort of make it all right, but you're fucked. Like.
And she was put into the hospital anyway. She was sort of taken across in sections, and she was on this strong medication. And I suppose she was more passive, but she was no longer. She no longer seemed to have much of a personality either. No, but medication does take away.
There's someone here to see you. Hello. Hi.
He became very, very slow, very... He stopped shouting, of course, but it was something, it just like a kind of pushed down the frequencies.
Goodbye. Go on. Bye, dear. Bye.
When I was in the secondary school, it was a kind of special thing if you are not normal. It's a kind of... I know some people who thinks that they are so eccentric, and I always wanted to be very, very normal, because I understand how hard if you are really mad.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, lot 182. Who'll give me £50? Thank you, sir. £50. £50, 60, 65 at the back.
In 1969, a small pickled object was auctioned at a Christie's sale. It was commonly believed to have been a part of the great emperor, Napoleon Bonaparte. The Emperor Napoleon was a mighty conqueror at whose name the world grew pale. Captain de Bissois was one of his finest soldiers, ready to fight to the end. This was to be their final military campaign. For it was at the Battle of Waterloo that the Grand Army was finally defeated, and the Emperor was captured and exiled to the island of St. Helena, the most remote spot on Earth. Life was changed forever for the soldiers of the Grand Army. Captain Le Bissois had never given up hope that his emperor would one day be restored to France. One evening, he received the long-awaited chance to make this dream come true. He set off immediately on the long and perilous journey to St. Helena. Whilst they were sailing, they had many days and nights to remember the greatest man of action the world had ever seen. It was common knowledge that on St. Helena, the Emperor was busy dictating his memoirs, and letters from the island had revealed that he had created a splendid garden in which he was free to reveal his romantic side. They had no doubt that he was keeping himself agile in mind and body for the time when he could be restored to France. After 3 months at sea, the two men came upon the island of St. Helena. Captain Le Bissois set off to fetch his emperor. His heart filled with rapture on beholding the exile's house unguarded. But little did he know that a terrible malaise had befallen the emperor. It seemed that the end was near. Long live the emperor! The mighty eagle was vanquished, and the curtain closed on the drama of one man's quest for the domination of Europe and beyond.
So at £900, £1,000. Any advance on 1,000? Sailing at £1,000. Going once, going twice.